Everybody. This will be the beginning of the Metro Council's Budget and Finance Committee operating budget hearings that will go forward today on May 11, and then also on May 12 and 13th, and then again next week, May 20 and 21st. We're doing these quite a bit differently than in previous years, so I'm going to go over the ground rules about how we're going to do these. One, obviously, due to the virus, we're conducting these remotely, which is inherently more difficult. We know that. The ground rules are that all the departments have submitted materials, both in response to council questions that have been online for nearly a week now, or I guess since last Wednesday or Thursday. And there's also a budget book that has substantial materials for each department. So we're going to presume that those materials have been read, and any questions that relate to what's in the materials. In the interest of time, I'm going to deflect the question and refer whoever asked the question to what's in the materials rather than having them be repeated here now. We're also, as in previous years, going to stick to questions about the operating budget, and we'll have some leeway to get into things that may indirectly impact the operating budget. But if we get too far afield, I'm going to cut off the question and have us stick to the operating budget. Unlike previous years, we are going to stick hard to the allotted time, and that's 15 minutes for each one of the departments today. In order to make up for sticking hard to the time, we have operationalized the Q&A function in WebEx. For council members, you will see off to the right-hand side below the list of participants, there's a Q&A section. You can type any question you'd like for the department into that Q&A section, and it will be downloaded in full to Mr. Cooper and Maria Calder in the council office after the meeting, and questions will be answered. So the idea is that this will be hopefully better than in previous years, because if you start running out of time, you can just get all the questions you want, have at it, type as much as you want in there. They'll all be downloaded and answered afterwards. And of course, if a question comes to you after the hearing, don't let that hold you back. You can also email those questions to Ms. Calder in the council office, and they'll all be answered. Hopefully you've seen by now on the committee's website for the budget that we're accumulating all questions from all council members. We've already got over 50 questions and answers from finance and the administration online there. We're going to collect everything, so there's a full transcript of questions asked through the entire process by the council available for all council members and for the public. So with that, these ground rules took 5 minutes. I'm going to allot 15 minutes for us to have the emergency communications. That's the first group today. And if we can, I'm going to ask whoever the lead person is for emergency communications to unmute themselves and identify who they are, and then I'll get us going with a couple questions.
Thank you, Chair. This is Stephen Martini, the Director of the Department of Emergency Communications.
All right, thank you, Mr. Martini. Again, we have presuming that everybody has read the materials you respond to the council with and the budget book, and would just ask if you've got a brief opening comment, then we'll open the floor for some questions from council members. Go ahead, Mr. Martini.
Thank you, Chair Mendez and council members, for allowing this opportunity to address you regarding our operations. My name is Stephen Martini, and I serve as the Director of the Metro Nashville Department of Emergency Communications. That was a role I assumed less than a week after the tornado and 2 days after the first confirmed COVID-19 patient here in Davidson County. With me today on the call today is Finance Manager Dwayne Vance, our Assistant Director of Operations Angie Milliken, our Assistant Director of Support Paul McAllister, and the Davidson County Emergency Communication District Board Business Manager Mark Lanham. I want to recognize Angie briefly for serving incredibly well in the role of interim director through the most of this current fiscal year. We will be able to operate within the reduced budget for fiscal 21 as identified by the mayor, with the help of the mayor's office and key Metro Nashville departments, coupled with our long-standing partnership with Davidson County Emergency Communications District. we identified opportunities for cost savings in the year ahead that still allow our personnel to provide consistent, quality response to both emergency and non-emergency calls for service. An increased cost in rent at our backup facility for the second consecutive year continues to drive interest around constructing a new primary facility owned by Metro government in the future. We are also hopeful that the elimination of longevity pay, as discussed currently, will be restored, assuming a healthy economy supports such a move later in the fiscal year. So we need to recognize those tenured employees who commit their careers to Metro government. We are glad to continue our strong relationship with the Davidson County Emergency Communications District, which this year is providing nearly $9 million in operating expenses specific to communications technology, public education, recruitment, and facility maintenance. We are coordinating with the Office of Management and Budget and the Emergency Communications District to continue providing relevant training to support our mission-critical efforts. With regard to the services our department provides, we answer both 911 and non-emergency calls for service related to law enforcement, fire, and medical concerns, serving the whole of Metro Nashville and Davidson County. In 2019, we answered 1.2 million calls for service with an average answer time for those 911 calls of 6.2 seconds, representing about 500,000 of those total 1.2 million calls. Some of our members of our team also serve as part of the Field Incident Response Services team, which supports specific planned events, response to and recovery from disasters, and then partnering with law enforcement to regularly conduct juvenile task force operations. These public safety communications professionals are supported by a strong team of competent trainers, eagle-eyed quality assurance specialists and incident researchers, finance, payroll, and human resource experts, a proactive and in-tune information technology section to ensure we have the latest resources available to our frontline personnel to best answer the call from citizens and visitors and support field response in our combined mission to calm chaos, restore order, and bring clarity to confusing situations. I am glad to coordinate with my colleagues today to answer any questions the council may have.
Thank you, Mr. Martini. Let me start with one, and then I'll ask other council members if they have more. The one I want to ask is in your materials to the council, you mentioned having to shift training from classroom setting to online setting due to budget issues. Can you talk more about that, please?
Since answering those questions, we have coordinated with the Office of Management and Budget as well as the Emergency Communications District. And since all of our training is reimbursed through the Emergency Communications District, who receives their fundings from the 911 surcharge we all pay on our phone bills, we believe we can continue to provide relevant mission-focused training, whether site-based, online, and we are doing a lot of that this year. We're putting several of our management team through a registered public safety leader course, which is a year-long online course. But we will also be able to take advantage of site-based training as needed and offered as we move through the year at the reimbursement from the Emergency Communications District.
Thank you. That's very helpful. All right, I'm going to recognize Councilman Druffel next.
Yeah, thank you. In light of the numerous emergencies we've had recently, any structural changes or anything you're going to do to anticipate some of the sort of the consistent emergencies we're getting that you may need to do there in your office?
Some of the changes that we're approaching, especially in light of the coronavirus here in the last 8 to 10 weeks, has been what it looks like if we have an emergency that specifically impacts our staff. We have a very robust continuity of operations plans put in place to support large-scale incidents, weather disasters, man-made disasters, those things from tornadoes or a shooting event or something like that. We've got great plans in place for those things, but honestly, as an industry, public safety communications has had to review how we respond to the emergency when the emergency is, the availability or operational readiness of our people. So since then, we have put in place plans to either scale up more individuals into our call center or alternate locations of a call center, and then incorporating volunteers into our environment and parsing calls from an emergency versus a non-emergency nature to handle various call loads, whether the call volume exceeds our capacity or whether our available call takers and telecommunicators are impacted to a point where they literally just can't come in and do the work. We do have plans in place and also are purchasing some hardware to make those things happen to utilize a call center in another location if needed.
Just a quick follow-up question, if I may. Is there any incremental costs associated with ramping up?
There are, but those have been covered by the Emergency Communications District Board at this time as part of their fiscal year planning for their budget, which is not represented in the information you have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Not seeing any other council members with questions for emergency communications. Councilman Suara, go ahead. And Councilman Druff.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Martini, for the presentation. I see that overall the department has a cut, and thank you for working within the constraints of what we have, and thanks for all the work you're doing. My only question is that in the detailed presentation of the budget, there is an item in there that is other expenses, but that item actually increased by $155,000. I was trying to go through everything to see where that was explained what that is. I couldn't find it. Like I said, overall the department is cutting, but I was just wondering what that line item is and what that $155,000 is.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you brought that up. That 155 represents salary and fringe benefits that we expect for personnel, as well as a one-time lease agreement increase for our backup center negotiated with General Services.
Thank you.
Thank you, council member. Anybody else? Any other council members with a question for emergency communications? All right, seeing none, then let me thank Mr. Martini and your staff. I know, Councilman Porterfield, do you want a question here before we wrap up?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair, for calling on me. I do have a question about the staffing levels, and do you guys currently have enough staffing, or are there any shortages?
We are currently 7 short of full staff, but we actually have 9 individuals identified for a June Academy to come and join us, assuming they all complete the final steps of the background investigation. So we expect to be fully staffed in 4 weeks.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, council member. All right, Mr. Martini, please, on behalf of all the council members, please let your entire team know how much we appreciate the hard work y'all have been doing through these very, very trying times. Thanks, really, for everything.
I certainly will. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, so that'll wrap up emergency communications. Next, we've got fire and EMS, and I will first ask for whoever is the lead to unmute and identify yourself.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Director Chief Will Swan, Nashville Fire Department and Office of Emergency Management. And I have my finance, Leanne, and then I also have